James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is September 18th, 2023, noon central here in the US of A. God bless you and yours no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. We've had disturbances with our electromagnetic shield. These started right around 1300 UTC time, which would equate to be about 6 a.m. Central Time here in the U.S. We see activity as late as 1530, which is closer to 8:30 a.m. Central Time here in the U.S. Now, we might be missing some data here, but we'll continue. These spikes were significant. Some of them surpassed 400 and went up to about 500 hertz. Jumping over to our Schumann resonance, it matches up perfectly with the electromagnetic field disturbances. You can see our geophone was hit really hard up on top there. And these spikes are all off the chart. The chart ending at 105 hertz. Like we said, they started around 1300 and have gone through about 1530. There may be additional spiking. We'll be able to see more on our 6-day comparison that's usually more up to date. Now, it has looked like these spikes have subsided around 1530 UTC time, at least currently. I did want to point out yesterday we had a very strange pattern of spiking. I did not report it, although I think it is worthy of reporting. A lot of these spikes went off these charts at 50 hertz, and it was very intermittent, whereas usually when we see our Schumann resonance spike, it happens all together or in chunks. So I did not report that yesterday. It was for about 3.5 hours. We're seeing activity at the same time period today, and I think I already know what's causing it. This is the 6th day in a row after not seeing any Schumann resonance activity that we've seen Schumann resonance spiking, period. Again, today is the 18th of September, 2023, just after noon. So I called out 11:30. Looks like the activity started closer to about 12:50 here, and it's ongoing, and then did let up right when we called it here, maybe a little bit after, right when we called it 1530. Some pretty good calls there, although the geophones were getting hit prior to the 1330. I called out closer to 1250 UTC time, which again is going to be about 5:45 a.m. Central Time. Now, looking at the amplitudes, all of our equipment caught these spikes. They're official and real. With our geophones picking them up, our ULF noise sensors, our ELF noise sensors, our second SR frequency sensor. And ladies and gentlemen, again, it looks like it started right before 1300, right around 1250. It does look like it dropped off, although it could be moving up again. I want everyone to remember the Schumann resonance was never measured above 37 hertz before 2017. It's been moving higher ever since. Of course, y'all might remember my hypothesis on that. That is the D region of our atmosphere moving closer and closer to Earth, while the rest of our magnetosphere collapses during this pole shift, having these agitators bounce off much lower levels of our atmosphere, returning to hit the sensors much stronger. And we've seen intensity. First, we broke 100 hertz. Then we broke 150 hertz in 2021. Then we broke 200 hertz in 2022. And we seem to get stronger and stronger Schumann spikes as what I believe is happening. Our cavity or magnetosphere is collapsing as the magnetic poles flip. Now, after I did figure that out, and the fact that when our shields go south, these Schumann resonance spike. When they're strong, we never see any Schumann resonance spiking whatsoever. So once I did figure out what was going on and made some comparisons, I found that there were hundreds of people who had already written papers covering this exact same subject. So I'm guessing my hypothesis is probably correct. You're looking at CERN. CERN is actually turned off. They're doing a high beta fill, and that's going to happen today. They're in standby right now. They turned CERN on right about 6 days ago when this Schumann resonance activity started. The parallels to when they turned CERN back on and when this activity started are unparalleled, if you will. So there's always a chance that this is an agitator, but it is off completely according to the Large Hadron Collider page 1. Right now we are having a little space weather. It looks like we got hit by another CME in the last few hours. We will go over that in another video. I don't think it's an agitator for this. I think what we're seeing here are these thunderstorms. They're all around the actual modeling station, which is located right here, and they have been ongoing, and they just passed through. We'll zoom in and take a look, but I think that we can bet all of our money that these lightning storms, it's amazing how many pass over this modeling center here, are going to be to blame. And there's your modeling center right there, just outside of Turin. And as y'all can see, if we play it back, all the lightning and thunderstorms went right over the station during those 2.5 hours that we saw Schumann resonance activity spike off the chart. So I believe that to be the agitator here for sure. With that said, many of the individuals on Earth, and I'm sure even the animals and plant life, can sense these huge Schumann resonance spikes and are affected by them. There's been some studies that I've read that show that spikes up to around 14 hertz have actually enhanced mental and physical capabilities, but once they pushed it higher than that, they saw detrimental effects. Now, with that said, that same study says that the human resonance, or Mother Nature's heartbeat, the 7.83, must be returned to or even lower during resting to rejuvenate if we're running at higher vibrational levels, i.e. 14 hertz. Now, I am affected from the Schumann resonance. I hear often very, very high-pitched sounds, and I have a very hard time sleeping when these events occur. I've been up staring at the ceiling for much of this time. And, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to know if the Schumann resonance affects you, if you're able to sense these large spikes that definitely exceed 105 hertz. There's really no telling how far up they go. I would like to say that the geophone does not look like it was hit very hard, so they probably don't go much higher than 105 hertz, which is still strong enough for everyone. God bless you guys. Please share, subscribe. Always remember that anything's possible in Bizarro World. God bless you guys.